Hello everyone, Thempire Ian here with more new cards. We've got new Onomat stuff in the new set Duelist Advance, which is a terrible name for a set, but we're going with it. This is the cover card. We're going to be doing cover card stuff because it's a new set. She's so pretty. Is this like a... Do they play soccer in the Zexal anime? Do I gotta watch the Zexal anime to see them play soccer? What's going on here? Let's see what these new guys are doing. So, Onomat's like a decently powerful archetype. And by that I mean it's got a couple of cards that are worth playing, and most of the cards are not worth playing because it's an anime deck, and that's how all anime decks are. But there's a couple of cards in there that are actually quite strong, and you do still play them in the current modern Utopia deck. So we'll see how these slot into that. Although, not that I know the Utopia deck particularly well, so don't get mad at me if I'm wrong on any of this, because I'm not going to be able to tell you like, oh, this combos with that. You know, I don't know them particularly well. I know the ones that were played in Duel Links a bit, because that was like a pretty big one. I kind of forced Harpies out of the format a little bit, actually. So I know them pretty well. My Gagaga sister has a second effect, etc., you know. So here we have Zubababa Knight. Warrior effect, Earth, level 3, 1600, 900 defense. You can only use the first attack once per turn. If this card has no more special, you can activate one of these effects. Add a Zubaba monster from your deck to your hand, which can get you Zubaba Mancho Gagaga Coat, which is a pretty good card, except for Zubaba Knight. And if you do, this card's level becomes that monster's, which is 4. What is this guy? A level 3? That is actually important then, yes. Destroy one... Oh, you could destroy one opponent's level 4 lower defense position monster. That's funny. If this card is detached to activate a monster effect, Xyz monster effect, you can add a Gagaga monster from your deck to your hand. Oh, it can also get you Zubaba Mancho Gagaga Coat. Or it can get you... No, that's a Go-Go-Go. Go-Go-Go Dwarf, Go-Go-Go Gloves. Right? No, Dodo Dwarf, Go-Go-Go Gloves. Sorry, this archetype is a nightmare to say. And remember what's what. Gagaga Ganbara Knight. Level 4 white light warrior, 0 attack, 1800 defense. You only use the first second effect of this card's name per turn. You reveal one Gagaga monster in your extra deck, special summon this card from your hand, and apply one of these effects. Special summon a Gagaga monster from your hand. Okay, there's a lot for that. And some of them are actually good. Change the battle position to one monster on the field. Okay. If this card is detached to activate an Xyz monster effect, you can add one Go-Go-Go monster from your deck to your hand. Okay, so that gets you Dodo Dwarf Go-Go-Go Gloves. Go-Go-Go Goblinberg. They made an in-archetype Goblinberg, which is also a goblin monster. So you can get off the goblin stuff. Warrior effect, Earth, level 4, 1400 attack. You only use the first second card once per turn. If this card is normal summon, you can activate this effect. You can have a special from the monster. You can have a special from the extra deck for the rest of the turn. Wait, when you can? Hold up, when you can? You can have a special monster for the extra deck for the rest of the turn. Except for Xyz monsters. Also special summon one non-warrior Go-Go monster from your hand, deck, or grave. Then if this card is in attack position, change it to defense position. So it has the same... It's like got the same effect as Goblinberg, except worse? The main difference being that it's in the Go-Go-Go archetype, so you can get it off of that. Like, you can get it off of the search tools that Onomat has. If this card is detached to activate an Xyz monster effect, you can add a Dodo monster from your deck to your hand. Okay. And that also gets you Dodo Dwarf. Or it gets you this guy, Dodo Warrior. Stupid. Warrior effect. Earth level 6, 2300, it's 900. You can only use the first effect of return. You can send one Dodo monster from your deck to your graveyard. You can't special summon extra for the rest of the turn. So for Xyz monster, also special summon this card from your hand, but its level becomes 4 and its attack becomes 1800. Okay. What's the point of it being a 6 then? Why is this guy a 6? Just so you can't normal summon him. If this card is detached to activate an Xyz monster effect, you can add one Zubaba monster from your deck to your hand. Okay. And then we got a new Xyz guy. Number F0, Utopic Future Zexal, another F0. Warrior Xyz effect, light, rank 0, attack and defense 0. 2 Xyz monsters with the same rank. This card gains Original rank is always treated as 1. That's the same thing as all the other F-Zeros. The other F-Zeros are pretty interesting cards, so I hope this is good. Gains attack and defense equal to the total ranks of all Ixies monsters you control and in your opponent's graveyard times 500. Pretty good in the yugioh format, right? Your opponent's monsters cannot target monsters for attack except for this one. Also, your opponents cannot target the other cards on the field with card effects. Okay, so it protects everything else from targeting, and then also means they can't attack except for this guy, who's going to have attack equal to the number of Ixies monsters in the graveyard or that you control. That's fun. Once per turn, when your opponent activates a card or effect on the field, you can detach 1 material from this card, take control 1 monster your opponent controls. Also, this card cannot be destroyed by battle or card effects this turn. Okay, well, I don't think it's quite as interesting or strong as the other F-Zeros, but it's a little fine. It's fine. One thing interesting about it is it does actually protect the yugioh field spell. So that's fun, right? That's interesting. Gagaga magician girl, she's here. She's got a new card. She's so cute. I love her. I love she's got a cell phone attached to a giant chain. It's so good. All right, Gagaga girl. Rank 4 Dark Spellcaster Ixies effect monster, 1500, 1800, 2 level 4 monsters. You can use the first effect as this card's name once per turn. This card has a Zuawa, Gagaga, Gogogo, or Dododo, or Dododo card as material. You can detach 1 material from this card, add a Gagaga, Onomat, or Ixies card from your deck to your hand. Ooh, any of the Ixies cards. That's fun. And Utopic Future Ixies monster that has this card as material gains this effect. If it is Ixie summon, activate this effect. It can make a second attack during each battle phase this turn. This card is good just because it does this. That effect is like pretty decent. This effect is icing. It doesn't do anything that is worth actually playing, but it is icing on the cake if you do play it. If you are willing to play it for this effect. So that's good on its own. Heroic Champion. Magnum Excalibur? A Heroic Champion card? What are you doing here? Sorry, this is a Onomat deck? Okay. Heroic Champion, Magnum Excalibur, rank 4 Light Warrior Ixies effect monster, 2000, 2 level 4 warrior monsters. If this card battles an opponent's monster during damage calc, you can detach 2 materials from this card. This card's current attack becomes doubled during damage calc only. Okay. Once per turn during the main phase, you can target one other spell face-up monster you control. Equip this card you control to that target as an equip spell that gains it 2000 attack and defense. Okay. You can manage this card from your graveyard, shuffle 3 warrior monsters in the graveyard into the deck. You know you could just play Heroic Champion Excalibur, right? You don't have to play this. What the fuck is this? This is awful. What the fuck is this card? Okay, surely these spells are going to do something. Oh my god, look at her. She's so cool. She's doing a selfie. Gagaga Hope Tactics. Hope! But Hope's a girl's name. Maybe that's they're allowed to say this is Hope because it has a girl on it instead of a guy. Or maybe this is just Yu-Gi-Oh! Or maybe they call it Utopic Tactics in the TCG. Continuous spell, you can use the second and third effects once per turn. Utopia or Utopic monster, Ixies monster you control, whose original attribute is light, cannot be destroyed by card effects. Also, your opponent cannot target them with the card effects. Okay. That's like a pretty, like it's just this one thing right here will just protect all Utopic Ixies monsters from card effects, card destruction, and being targeted, which is like, it's not nothing for sure. Especially since a lot of the Utopic cards have like negates where they can handle the ones that are actually going to be able to hurt them. You can declare a level from 1 to 12 and target 2 face-up monsters you control, including a Gagaga monster. Their levels become the declared level. That's pretty nice. That gives you access to a lot of different levels to do like even more Ixie stuff. Like you'd be going outside of Utopia stuff, although they have other leveled stuff as well, but they have other ways to get to those. But like you could use this to get into some of the weird ranks and do something funky. If you Ixies summon an Utopia or Utopic Ixies monster whose original attribute is light, you can target one card your opponent controls, destroy it. That's also not bad. That's like not bad. Oh wow, look at that. That's crazy looking. If Ixie's Unbreakable Barrier, Counter Trap. You can only use the first second of cards once per turn. When a spell trap or monster effect is activated, you control the Ixie's monster, negate the activation, then you detach 2 materials from your monster, and destroy 1 card in the field. Wow. That's crazy, just like on its own. That's insane. It's just a fucking Omni negate for any Ixie's deck that then also has a potential pop. If you feel like detaching 2 materials. I don't know that you actually ever want to do that necessarily, but there might be situations where you do want that. But just having the negate is really nice. You can banish this card from your graveyard, then target 1 Ixie's monster you control, attach 1 light Utopia or Utopic monster from your graveyard to it as material. Okay. I don't think this is likely because I think the deck is actually good enough without this card. It doesn't really need something like this. I could see people running this in Ryziel. You could even search it with Gagaga Girl. Like, all you need is 2 level 4 monsters to make this. You make this, search out the negate, and then just continue doing combo stuff. They have a new card coming in the set that's coming before this set that we're looking at here, so that makes it something you could easily do. I could see that happening. I don't think it is going to, but I could see it happening, especially like if you're trying to do something funny. You know, if you're trying to have a little bit of a funnier build. Unfortunately, it is not Utopia or Utopic Ixie's monster, so you wouldn't be able to use the second effect in that instance, but it's still a fucking Omni negate that's searchable, and very easily accessible. But you could also grab this, and I think this is a decent card as well, in the Utopia deck specifically, not in Ryziel. I think this card is dog shit. I don't know why they're printing this. It feels like just like a slightly better version of Excalibur, and even then it's like only slightly better. Very strange in my opinion. This card seems okay. I don't think it's as good as the other 2 F-Zeros, but the other 2 F-Zeros are really good. Although they're not seeing a whole lot of play right now, so I don't think this is going to see a whole lot of play outside of Utopia specifically. And even then, I feel like you want to go into one of those instead of this guy. But I could be wrong on that. As for these guys, they're all just more extenders. They're just more extenders. They're more extenders. I think it's fine. I don't think the difference maker for Utopia is having more extenders. Like, they already are a combo that just ends on... It could be that more extenders is what they need. Because, like, the thing about Utopia is a combo that just does, like, it goes forever and it ends on, like, 5 Ixies or something like that. For the last time I saw it, it's been a while since I've actually seen this deck in action, frankly. Because it's not particularly good. But maybe what they need is, like, more. Not like... or, like... ones that let them play through things rather than it's like I think that's the big problem, right? I think the Utopia end board is like pretty damn good. It's like really good. What they need more of though is the ability to play through. Just again, this is just my understanding of the deck, and it's not perfect because I have never played Utopia. I've just seen it played against me and like on the web, but from what I understand, it's just a matter of making sure you actually can resolve everything. So maybe these extenders will actually let you do so. The thing is that, I mean, this one lets you special summon, and the special summon is another one, so that's pretty good. But it has to be, you have to already have one in hand. So this one's like a pretty decent one. That's like is like an Ixie's all on its own. This one special summons itself and becomes level 4, but it doesn't do anything else besides that. Now they do, when they detach, they get you some more card advantage. That might be, honestly, the difference maker, is the fact that these guys can, when they're detached, get you more card advantage that can let you extend further. That actually might be the difference maker. I don't know, though. It depends on if there's enough guys for you to get while still leaving space for non-engine. Like see here, we're getting like 1, 2, 3, 4 guys here. There's already a lot of main deck guys in the deck. Zubabancho Gagaga coat, Dodo Dwarf's Gogogo gloves, and some of the Utopic Sages stuff, like Utopic Sage, you know. And so all that stuff together is a lot of main deck monsters, right? And these guys have nothing to do with the Utopic stuff. And there's that what is that one, that like chibified Utopia guy? What is his name? Is like Utopic Onomat or something like that. Something like that. And then of course you have your in archetype spells like the onomatopoeia that get you to your consistency, you know. Although maybe you drop these with this amount of consistency guys. I don't know. It's interesting. I feel like the fact that every single one of these gets you more advantage as they're detached, which you do detach as you do your Utopia combos. The fact that they do that makes me feel good about them, but I'm just not sure if this really fixes the fundamental problem, because it kind of just adds to it, right? By giving them more good monsters to use. Although maybe you just stop using some of those old ones and use these guys. I don't know. But like none of these are like so powerful. I mean, this guy is pretty fucking strong. Gagaga Ganbara Knight is like incredible. So maybe like this guy, I mean, this guy's a 1-card combo, right? Well, he's not a 1-card combo. He need to have a Gagaga. He's a 1.5. You need to have a Gagaga in hand. This guy gets you a Zubaba, which he is a Zubaba. Okay. So he can grab you. Hold up. Ah, damn it. I didn't do it quite fast enough. So, this is going to be a nightmare to search everything. But, so for Gagaga, I got to clear my filters. Gagaga. We've got, this Zubaba Wancho Gagaga coat. And that one says if you control a Zubaba or Gagaga monster, all those cards in your hand, special summon this card. Yeah. And then you can target a Gogogo or Dodo monster in the graveyard, special summon it, but you can't special summon monsters for the rest of the turns for Xyz monsters. So this guy's a 1-card combo, or 1 card into an Xyz monster. The thing about Utopia is that getting into an Xyz monster is not necessarily a combo, but I think it will be with these cards at least. So Zubaba Knight can get us to Gagaga Coat. Gagaga Coat can summon itself, and then you can make an Xyz monster. You can revive the Gagaga Coat later to get the Gogogo out of the graveyard or something, or maybe you can send it at some other point. I don't think you actually want to play any of the other Gagagas, frankly. They're all like Duel Links ass cards. Utopic Onomatopoeia, that's the one I was thinking about. Yeah, Utopic Onomatopoeia is probably worth playing. It's all 3, so all of them can search this freak. I guess obviously Dodo doesn't actually search, although it does send the grave. Ooh, that's why it sends the grave, because it sends it sends Dodo Dwarf to the graveyard so Coat can get it out. Right. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. So are you playing like 1 Coat, 1 Dwarf with this? I feel like you might be playing 1 Coat, 1 Dwarf with this, and they're like garnets you send with these effects, or send and search with these effects. That's kind of funny, actually. But then Onomatopoeia can be your extra search, because this guy can just special summon from the hand any of the Zubaba, Gagaga, Gogogo, or Dodo guys. So he seems pretty decent to have on board. And as like a second search. Because like if you add... And that's funny with these guys, because when you add the Zubaba monster from your deck to your hand, you can add Onomatopoeia and summon him with Gagaga Ganbara Knight. Or you can grab Zubaba Wancho Gagaga Coat, and that's still a Zubaba and a Gagaga, so you can summon it with this guy again. I think probably they're wanting you to get Onomatopoeia, because Gagaga Coat can obviously summon itself, but Gagaga Coat seems like a decent like second option to search, because it's good just if you draw it too. It's just a decent extender. that doesn't require you to any of your combo. That can just let you extend a little further. Although I guess like if you get the Gagaga coat, you can really make use of the ability to send the Dododo gloves. Although, how are you getting this guy? Maybe through some of these other cards. Gagaga Magician only summons an Ixies from the grave. I don't actually know if any of these guys do anything. What's going on with the Dododos? Yeah, here's Dododo Dwarf Go Glove. This guy can let you special summon a Zubaba or Gagaga from your hand. And he can also special summon himself from the graveyard, but he banishes himself when he leaves the field. That's if you control a Dododo monster or a Go, which would include, of course, our Dododo warrior here. So it kind of makes any of them a one-card combo, which is interesting. The one thing is all these guys are kind of really hand dependent. It feels like they want you to have a critical mass of the Onomat guys in your hand to do your combos, and you really just you can't be running that many. Like, think about it this way: if you are Utopia in the current format, you have to, and you're trying to be competitive. Like, let's be frank here. If you're trying to be competitive and you are Utopia in this format, you need to be doing something that Ryzial isn't already doing. And the fact of the matter is that if you're this like stuck on having all these guys in your hand, you can't flex the non-engine that Ryzial can. And so Ryzial's just got an edge on you in that case. Although maybe the idea, what you should be doing is actually just like ignoring non-engine entirely. What is non-engine doing right now anyways, except for like some specific pieces of it? A lot of it is just like, well, I stopped part of your combo, and now you could just do the rest of your combo. Like, sometimes it feels like it's better to not interrupt them because they don't actually know what to do if you don't interrupt them. But no, obviously it's not. But like, sometimes it feels that way. And so like, maybe you load up on just the essential non-engine and you go all in on making like an unbreakable board. But I don't know, that doesn't seem particularly good anymore, right? It feels like we're beyond the unbreakable board days. Because that doesn't win going second, pretty much. But I don't know, these guys, there's like enough of these guys going on. Like, this guy's pure extension, and he's like a one-card combo with himself. This guy's not pure extension. This guy, I think you just don't play this guy. This guy kind of is only okay. I mean, he's like fine, but he's just, does he oh, he summons from hand, deck, or graveyard. I didn't give him enough credit. He gets from deck, so he can just make an Ixies all on his own. But he does use up a normal summon, and I think you'd rather use up your normal summon on Zubaba Knight, frankly. But I guess they kind of do the same thing. What does he get, actually? What does this guy get? He specifically gets a Go monster, a non-warrior Go monster. Huh. That's interesting. Oh. Did you know that Go Glove is a rock? I did not. I didn't know Go is a rock. That's a zombie. That's a rock. That's a rock. I didn't realize that Go-Go-Go's were all like random ass shit. I thought they were warriors like the rest of them. That explains the Go-Go-Go golem in the background there. That's weird. What a weird card. Okay. Maybe you play this one. I don't know. It just like this one needs to be normal summon. I guess you can Does it negate its effects? No. Okay, so you could have Goblinberg be your normal summon. Goblinberg grab Onomatopoeia. Onomatopoeia can summon the Zubaba Knight from hand. When it's special summon, it adds Gagaga Coat. Coat can summon from hand, but also Gagaga Gunbara Knight can summon itself from the hand. If you could, the problem is going to be getting all these cards to hand. Right, that's going to be the problem then. And which one is it? Onomatopoeia? No, Onomatopoeia is a bad card. What am I talking? Onomatopoeia is the one I was thinking of. Onomatopoeia might be able to make you have good cards. It does search you too, but it does require you to send a card from hand to deck, or from hand to grave. But you can summon it if it's one of these. Again, this if it's one of the Gagaga cards, the Onomatopoeia card, you can summon it with the Zubabo into Gagaga Coat. But again, we're kind of running into this issue of this deck really wants you to be on a critical mass of these guys in a format that is all about reducing the mass of your engine. I salute the effort. I don't know if it's enough. Because they really haven't extended the end board of this deck. I thought the end board is kind of crazy. Maybe this is enough. Maybe it's just like you build a crazy but end board, and like this is like maybe these extenders are enough to let you play through. That's kind of interesting. I'm actually curious if that's the case. If that could be the case, that'd be really interesting, because I'm fucking tired of the amount of non-engine in every deck. I like really genuinely am. Or just like you have like a deck an engine that takes up like 10 spaces, and then you fill it up with a Fiendsmith engine and then 20 pieces of non-engine. Tired of it. I mean, to be fair, last time I was like, ooh, yummy archetype. I love yummy, and they're also the same exact thing. But with that in mind, these cards require you to play quite a significant engine, I think, the way I'm conceptualizing them. I could be wrong on that. There probably might be just a way to play like a fucking 10 card nonsense engine that ends on 10 million negates or whatever. But that's the way that's still different than what's been going on. It's actually kind of worse than what's been going on. I don't like necessarily the ending on a million negates kind of end board. It's boring and not particularly good. It's like good, but it's like it could be better. But this is not exactly that kind of thing. And with how many of these cards are extenders, like almost every single one of these is an extender. I mean, this guy's not an extender because he doesn't summon himself, but he can be summoned with Goblinberg, searching the Onomatopoeia guy who can get you that. Of course, I guess that means if your Goblinberg gets negated, then you're really fucked. But Dododo Warrior and Gunbara Knight. Yeah, it was a Zubaba Knight that is not an extender. That's what I was talking about. The Gunbara Knight and Dododo Warrior are like just extenders. Zubabo Ancho Gagaga Coat himself is an extender. Because he can just summon himself if you control the Zubaba or a Gagaga. And, you know, I guess Goblinberg isn't one of those. So if you just get negated there, he can't summon himself. But maybe you have Gagaga Gunbara Knight, and then you can summon him. I'm realizing this deck, as I'm conceptualizing it, has an extreme weakness to Goblinberg being negated. Maybe Goblinberg isn't actually the play. Like, it might be like the way to get a bigger end board, but I think it provides a really easy choke point too. I don't know. But like, what I'm saying is like, I think there's something interesting here where if these guys, if there's like enough going on here, there's like, they have so many extenders, maybe you can make an actual, just a deck that's able to just play through non-engine and can just like play through setup boards without being like a Thempire style OTK deck. And that would be interesting to me. Or a deck that's like, yeah, you've got like a ton of non-engine. What if my deck just says, I don't give a shit about your non-engine. I'm just going to play through it all, right? That would be interesting. Although it still loses to Droll. So maybe, maybe not. Well, that's like, I think that's basically like the best I can do for this archetype as far as that goes, is like this interest in this potential build style of like, I'm just going to play through it all. Otherwise, I'm not sure I can really see this deck doing anything, because it kind of just seems like worse Ryzial. Or not worse Ryzial, bad Ryzial, because Ryzial is really good. Which kind of puts it in a similar position to Sharks, frankly. Although I think this deck's probably better than Sharks because it has a better end board. Sorry to the Shark players. That's interesting though. At least unlike Shark, a lot of these extenders don't rely on you already having cards on the field or whatever, and they extend like further beyond that. Like there's like a lot of one card Ixies in here. I won't say they're necessarily one card combos, but like they're one card Ixies monsters, and then those Ixies monsters can be combo, or they can be like little extensions onto combo to like just make an Abyss Dweller pass, or something like that. And I think that's really interesting. We'll see if that pans out. But these are definitely a lot more to talk about than like some of the previous anime archetype support cards we've been getting. Although they've actually been doing a decent job of them recently. Like the Evil Hero stuff was actually pretty decent. And the Shark stuff was pretty good. It just wasn't enough. So honestly, I think they're doing a better job with these. And considering that's all they have anymore, is just like either completely new archetypes, or just like doing old anime archetypes, because they're not making new anime anymore. At least not for anything that's not Rush. It kind of makes sense that they're doing it, like they're kind of finding a better way to do it. Although they still come back to like Arcana Force and make a big floodgate nonsense thing. Anyways, I think that's enough of what I think about these. I've waxed on about these for far too long. Let me know what you think of these in the comments below, and I'll see ya in the next one. Bye! Hey there, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Got a lot more for you if you want them. Just hit that subscribe button and ring the bell to get notifications. I'd also appreciate if you left me a like and a comment, maybe share the video around with your friends. You can also follow me on all usual social media sites. Just check out my website in the description below for more info. My videos are funded by my patrons and YouTube members, whose names you'll see scrolling by underneath credits here. For just $1 a month, you too could find yourself here, trapped in my end screen for all eternity. In particular, I'd like to thank Haru Hayes, Fleakill, Frog Prince Michael, Jeremy Coatney, the Almighty Ferret Lord, and Fire Mizumi. A big thanks to all my other patrons and unto my little community as a whole. Remember to be kind to yourselves, be kind to others, and have a wonderful whatever time it is for you. Bye-bye!